Hey guys, Steve Morales here, and another home workout. No equipment needed for this one, and we're actually going to break it down now. If you haven't done a warm-up at this point and you're watching this, I do have a warm-up series, so I'll have that in the link description down below. What I want you to do is go do the warm-up, come back, and then you can start with this. So you've done your warm-up, we're going to start with abs first, okay? So abs, we have 15 full sit-ups, 15 leg lifts, and then 30 single count on bicycles, and we're going to do 2 rounds. And I'm going to go through all of this. I'm going to show you the proper technique. I'm going to have you do this stuff on your own. Basically, I'll have you pause this, run through it, and then we'll go on to the next section, okay? Now, full sit-ups, you're just going to lie flat down on your back right here. Stretch your arms up overhead. Throw your arms down, which is going to assist you with sitting up. You won't sit all the way up, because if I get here, my abs aren't doing anything up here, right? They've already done the work of pulling me up. So in order to create a constant tension movement, which is what we want, right? Tension over time, you're going to get better results. Lean back slightly, right about here, my abs tighten. So I'm only going to come to this position because anything beyond this, my abs aren't engaged. So switch your arms back, come to that position, back down. And I want to pull my chest up towards the ceiling as I come up, instead of rounding my back and putting a lot of pressure on my lower back. If you do feel this in your lower back, bend your knees a little bit. If it gets to the point where maybe you can't do 15 full sit-ups, that's okay. Just do 30 basic crunches, right? Lying flat on your back. Basic crunches, right? Coming up towards the ceiling. That's fine. Just double the number, okay? Leg lifts, hands underneath the small of the back, right? And I'm actually kind of sitting on my arms. What I'm trying to do is flatten my back to the ground so I don't have this huge arch right here in my back, right? I want my back flat. In order to do that, you kind of sit on your hands, bring my legs straight to the top, slight bend in the knees. I'll never lock my legs because that's going to put tension on my legs and my lower back. With a slight bend, I can put all that tension back on my stomach. Head stays on the ground the whole time. As your legs go down, deep breath in. Breathe out, flex as you come up. Now I'm stopping shy of where I feel my lower back or my legs, and everybody's spot is going to be different, okay? If you're only moving, just a minuscule amount for right now, that's fine. As you get stronger, you'll basically increase your range of motion, okay? And then bicycles last. I usually see these done fast. I don't like that. I want these done very slow, okay? Do this at an angle, hands back behind the head, legs come up. Now, from this position, my shoulder blades are up off the ground. My stomach is tight here. I'm not relaxed on the ground like this because I'm not going to create that constant tension that we want, okay? Shoulder blades up like this, which also flattens my back, so I'm not straining my back. Legs, shins are parallel to the ground or maybe slightly above if you need it. I won't straighten my leg all the way out, right? So if I shoot that leg out, I won't straighten it all the way out because it's going to tighten my leg and my lower back. I'm always going to have a slight bend in it. And I'm actually coming across my body, and what I'm trying to do, typically you'll hear like elbow to knee, which is one good cue. I'm really trying to close the distance between my pec and my knee, right? So I want to pull up as high as I can, squeeze. I'm going to rotate to the other side. And I'm shaking right now. And this is about the pacing that you're going to take, right? Super slow and controlled. Keeping that position where we're up, okay? Doing that properly, you're going to burn out. I burn out at 20, and I see people do those fast ones where they're just going super fast. I see them do like 50 to 100, and they're not really burnt out. Make the movement harder, not easier, okay? And I mean that as far as putting tension on the muscle. If it's hurting, obviously that's not good. You need to make the adjustment. Last thing, this is a bonus if you want to do it, which is a move-nap movement, okay? We're going to practice rocking. So it allows me to gain control when I'm on the ground, but it's also just a great ab exercise. So what I'm going to do, I can use my hands initially if I need to, but what I really want to do is not use my hands. And I want to round my back, which usually kind of opposite of what you usually hear is in keeping your back flat. I want my back to round, and I want to be able to come back, roll, and then come up. Keep that bend in your back, like I said. Keep that curvature in your back so you're not just slamming your head down. That's not good, right? Build up over time. If you can only stay on the ground and kind of do like this initially, that's fine. Eventually you'll build up, so you'll come up, maybe a light toe tap, maybe don't touch your feet at all. We'll come back, tap the head lightly, come up. Like holding this position over time is going to burn you out. And we'll do 15 of those. That's a bonus. You don't have to do that one, but if you want to have something that is more of a skill set, because it feeds into other movements that you'll do later, okay? So 2 rounds on that. Go ahead and pause this, go ahead and hit that, and then we'll come to the primary group for this home workout. All right, guys, back for the second, and this is the main course right here. Gonna do Alotta Tabata right here. So for this, we have a 30-30 split. So this is work versus rest, and I'll have this in the description below if you can't quite make it out on screen right here. But 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. You're gonna do 4 rounds on each individual exercise, okay? So the first thing is push-ups. I'm gonna cover this here in a second, but you're gonna basically do 30 seconds of push-ups, rest for 30 seconds. You'll do that whole thing 4 times before you move on to the second thing, which is burpees. Okay? There are a lot of different apps out there that do these time schemes for you if you don't want to get one, and a lot of them are free. If you don't want to get one, just, set your watch, right? Have your phone or something like that nearby so you can keep track of the time, right? A lot of these will be easy too because you can set it in a position that you can actually watch it. Now, on your last round, you do your 30 seconds of push-ups, you have 30 seconds of rest. That is tying you to those burpees, right? You don't just stop and hang out for a minute. This thing runs straight through, all right? So we got push-ups first, burpees second, squat pulse third, inverted crawl, which is move nat, crab walk, most likely heard it as a crab walk. Supermans are gonna finish it out, all right? So for this, push-ups, different ways you can do this, right? Easiest way though, and the way I kind of want you to do this for this particular workout, if you can, is close grip. So instead of being out wide like this, I want my hands close. Hands slightly tilted out. Biceps should always be facing forward, not rotated like this. So here, come down, straight up like that. My bicep is facing forward. So my arms go straight up my side back, up like that. Drop your knees if you need to, right? If I can't quite do that, I can always cross my legs over, down, up. I can do this off a countertop if I have to, okay? Modify as needed. So slowly working your way up. If you have to do this off a wall, it's called a wall push-up. Same hand position, kind of come forward and push up. That's totally fine, okay? Like I said, modify as needed. If I get tired in the movement, I can just hold the top position until I wear out the time because it's still keeping those muscles active. Burpee. After that, everybody kind of knows burpees. Obviously, we're not going to be doing a push-up on the burpee. We just did push-ups. So hands will come down to the ground. We'll jump our feet out, jump back in, jump up. That's it. For this, I want you to try and be as quiet as you can. Don't just slam your legs down, right? That control keeps my core more active, right? So I can get a little bit more out of it. So when I jump my feet back, I'll be super quiet. Same thing when I come in. Soft, right? If I need to modify on that, I can go off a chair, something that's a little bit higher. If I have to, I can do what's called step backs, right? So I can actually, if there's a box here, I can step my leg back, in, raise my arms up, okay? Third thing, squat pulse. So instead of doing rest pause where you go down, you come up, you rest, you pause, you won't stand all the way back up, okay? I use my arms as my counterbalance, all right? Now if it gets to the point where you're burning out on that, you can actually go and just default back to going down and up as a rest pause instead of just stopping, okay? If you want to make it harder, for that one, your 30 seconds of rest, hold the bottom position. Rest there instead, okay? So you can make that movement harder. You could do the same thing for your push-ups also. Inverted crawl, okay? So you're gonna come down to the ground. So for this one, like I said, you might know it as a crab walk. Here, hands underneath the shoulder, okay? Come up, I can either keep my feet flat or come up on my heels. For this, I would do the distance of the room, forward and backward. I mean, if you have 10 feet somewhere, you can do this because you're just gonna be going forward, backward, back and forth for the 30 seconds, okay? Contralateral pattern, opposites moving together, right? Opposite, opposite, opposite. Okay, forward, backward, pick your spot. I could have just stayed with that, right? 3 paces forward, 3 paces back, whatever. For that one, if I do get tired, I can just hold that position. That's plenty of work, right? Supermans. Lying flat on your stomach. Hands up like this, face flat. I'm gonna pull everything up, come back down. 2-second pause. Focusing on squeezing those glutes, you're gonna feel everything on your backside. Now, somebody has a lower back issue, we can do bird dogs, right? Or opposite arm and leg raise instead. So you can modify that, right? Like I said, pull everything up. You'll see my feet come up, right? My hands come up, pause 2 seconds, come back down. Glutes, posterior shoulder girdle, so upper part of my back, and of course you're gonna feel your lower back on that one also, right? So run through that. When you're done, I also have a stretching series, right? Kind of a cool down series that you can do at the end of the workout. So we did our warm up, ran through our abs, did our Tabata time scheme stuff right here, and then you're gonna do your cool down, right? This will take you about 30 to 40 minutes. So you guys have any questions, comments, anything like that, please do that below. Or if there's anything else that you want to see. And I'm really doing this video series for anybody that doesn't have a gym, it travels a lot, so they're in hotels or something like that and really just doesn't have any equipment. There's a ton of stuff that you could be doing, all right? So, like I said, if there's anything specific that you want to see or work on, just let me know in the comment section and I will make sure that I get that in the next video. Thanks for watching.